Welcome to the Experience Annex podcast, episode number 23. Life is full of experiences and it's good to learn from the experience of others. The title of the episode is The Surprising Truth About How You Can Make It Big in the Book Business. In this podcast, I urge you to write a book if you want to test immortality by following the path taken by a curated list of book masters like Malcolm Gladwell and others. I'm Paul Uduk, the creator of BWC Squared, Book Writing Clinic and Book Writers Club, where I show friends like you how to convert ideas into books and other forms of intellectual properties. I'm also the creator of IBMC, Internet Business Mastery course, where I show aspiring internet entrepreneurs how to succeed at scale online. I'm also the creator of OCNA, Online Course Creators Community for newbies and advanced beginners on Facebook, with over 12,500 members from all over the world. Here are some questions people ask me when it comes to books. Can you make it big in the book business? Is it possible to make money in the book business in a country like Nigeria or any other countries in Africa where people don't read books? As the founder of platforms that teach people how to stake a claim in what has come to be called the expert industry, would focus on book writing, this podcast addresses these concerns. First and foremost, I must tell you that the book industry is big. If you look at all the book libraries, bookstores, newsletters, magazines put together, the book industry is huge. J.F. Kennedy once shared a story. He said, the great French Marshal Luther, once asked his gardener to plant a tree. The gardener objected that the tree was slow growing and would not reach maturity for over 100 years. The marshal replied, in that case, there's no time to lose. Plant it this afternoon. A typical amateur author with a short-term mindset sees the world as a gardener, while those with long-term focus approach every enterprise, be it education, investment in stocks, or book writing, as Marshal Luther. As trite as the following cliche is, it's worth repeating. Nothing good ever comes cheap. As Malcolm Gladwell pointed out in his elegant book, Tipping Point, to reach the tipping point in any endeavor requires 10,000 man-hours of serious practice. That is about 20 years of effort. So, to hop into the book business and hope to make it big overnight is like fast-tracking a pregnancy. It's impossible under normal circumstances. The pregnancy has to go the full cycle of 9 months. A close look at 3 authors that have become wildly successful, Malcolm Gladwell, Daniel Pink, and Dean Graziosi, shows that they have one thing in common. They are very prodigious in their outputs. Take Malcolm Gladwell as an example. He is such a detail-oriented author that when he sets out to describe a scene or something, he paints a picture so vivid that you cannot but read his book to the very end. For instance, if he is writing about something as mundane as a door key, he would describe the color, the size, the texture, the brand, and the make and type of the key, Not only that, he would describe the iron ore the key was made of, and not forgetting the country where the mine is located. On top of that, he would describe the technology used in converting the iron ore to iron ingots and finally to a key. Any wonder, all his books, including Outliers, Blink, Tipping Point, What the Dog Saw, and David and Goliath, became instant bestsellers. How did he hone his skills so well? He honed it over the years as a journalist, including over 20 years with the New Yorker. On the other hand, Daniel Pink is a trends and research-oriented person. He watches trends, follows it up with research, and writes about it in a spirit of lifting way that you cannot but read his tomes to the end. Any wonder his Free Agents Nation, A Whole New Mind, To Sell His Human, Drive became instant bestsellers. Dean Graziosi on his path has been a master salesman since 1998 when he produced his first infomercial. His books, Totally Fulfilled, Millionaire Success Habits, and The Underdog Advantage, are all bestsellers. As you can see, Malcolm Gladwell, Daniel Pink, and Dean Graziosi are not only prodigious, they are also deep. These attributes would make publishers pay millions to get them on their table. You cannot become an overnight success or overnight wonder. It takes years of toil and sweat to become a worldwide sensation. Take another example, the case of J.K. Rowling, a single mother, more or less. No publisher would touch her first Harry Potter fantasy novel. To them, it didn't have market value. So what did she do? She stuck to her gun. She believed in the value of her work and persisted. And today, her Harry Potter series is the first best-selling book. I mean, it's the best-selling book series of all time. The Harry Potter series has been turned into movies, propelling J.K. Rowling to the pinnacle of success as the richest author in the UK, with a net worth of over $1 billion in 2024. The same can be said of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series by Jack Canfield and Victor McHanson. The first book in the series, according to the authors, was rejected 400 times by the big publishers because they believed stories would not sell. What of guerrilla marketing, initiated by the late J. Conrad Levinson in 1984? The very first guerrilla marketing book was self-published and stapled. Today, the book is the best-known marketing brand in the history. Time magazine named it as one of the top 25 business books with over 21 million copies sold. The guerrilla concept have influenced marketing so much that the books have been translated into 62 languages and are required reading in MBA programs in most Ivy League schools around the world. Again, what is common even with these initially self-published books is prodigious output, focus, and belief in self, or you would say persistence and determination. They didn't just write one shallow or even one great book, uploaded to Amazon, and then compose a gospel music to herald the release and expect the world to beat a path to their door as their average amateur author does. Also, these authors did not set out to write bestsellers. They wrote on what they passionately believed, but their passion shown through their arts. So, the ingredients that make for an author that people are willing to read, follow, and like are a series of books, not less than 3, but the more the better. A niche that enables you to express yourself, your passion, and finally, depth. If you lack depth, no one is going to take you seriously. Depth requires focus, thoughts, and zeal. Depth requires you go where no one else has been. Depth requires you develop your own unique style. Uniqueness is both the foundation and the icing on the cake. Ryan Holiday is the author of iconic titles such as Trust Me, I'm Lying, Growth Hacker Marketing, The Obstacle is the Way, Ego is the Enemy, The Daily Stoic, The Perennial Seller. He has sold over 500,000 copies of his books combined. He advises all would-be authors that want to go far to write books that last forever by creating what he calls timeless work. By that, he means going deep, traveling the road less traveled, and by all means, avoiding freaky fashion. Here today, gone tomorrow. If you want to be like one of the icons I've highlighted here, Malcolm Gladwell, Daniel Pink, Dean Graziosi, J.K. Rowling, Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, J. Conrad Livingston, or even Ryan Holiday, start writing and you never can tell where your efforts will lead you. Forget accolades. When you do it well, the accolades will come. Do you have a story in you? Start telling it today. Let the end of one story be the beginning of another. And before a decade is over, you will be on a pedestal as one of the immortals. Your book will make you immortal. This is the end of the episode. Stay focused. Now that you know, start writing. If you want to make it big in the book industry tomorrow, until the next episode, keep writing.